Welcome to Analyst IAS YouTube channel. Our today's topic for focus of the day is uncontrolled re-entry of rockets in the Earth's atmosphere. We'll see why is it in use, what is uncontrolled re-entry, then what are the different stages of a rocket launch, then we will see concerns of uncontrolled re-entry of rockets, then we will move to our way forward, then prelims question and the mains practice question as well. But before starting, I want you to know that our coaching Analyst IAS is launching a super fast prelims batch. The batch will start from 15th of January 2023 itself. This batch will cover your whole syllabus before the commencement of exam. There would be regular test series so that you can monitor your progress as well. And moreover, first 50 aspirants will avail 25% discount in the fees. So if you have any query in your mind, you can contact at our given number, or you can come directly at our office, which is at Old Rajinder Nagar of New Delhi. So we'll start with today's topic. Why is this a news? More than 140 experts and dignitaries have signed an open letter published by the Outer Space Institute calling for both national and multilateral efforts to restrict uncontrolled re-entries of rockets in the Earth's atmosphere. Then what is an uncontrolled re-entry? In an uncontrolled re-entry, the rocket stage simply falls. Its path down is determined by many factors like shape, size, angle of descent, etc. Some pieces burn up entirely while others don't. But because of the speed at which they are traveling, debris can be very fatal. As per a 2021 report of the International Space Safety Foundation, an impact anywhere on an airliner with debris of mass above 300 grams would produce a catastrophic failure, meaning all people on board would be dead. The rocket parts degenerate as they fall. Most rocket parts have landed in the oceans because Earth's surface has more water than land, but many have dropped on the land as well. Then we will see stages of a rocket launch. The primary stage of a rocket is the first rocket engine to engage, providing the initial thrust to send the rocket skyward. Second, after the primary stage has fallen away, the next rocket engine engages to continue the rocket on its trajectory. The second stage has considerably less work to do since the rocket is already traveling at a very high speed and the rocket's weight has significantly decreased due to the separation of the first stage. The rocket's final stage falls away and the craft will be maneuvered using smaller rockets whose purpose is to guide the spacecraft. I have given you an illustration. This is your first stage, this is your second stage, and this is your third stage, and here is the Earth's orbit. Now, what are the concerns of uncontrolled re-entry? We have some recent examples, like scientists are worried about the re-entries and have cited examples of parts of a Russian rocket in 2018 and China's Long March 5B rockets in 2020 and 2022, striking parts of Indonesia, Peru, India, and Ivory Coast, among others. Parts of a SpaceX Falcon 9 that fell down in Indonesia in 2016 included two refrigerator-sized fuel tanks. If re-entering stages still hold fuel, atmospheric and terrestrial chemical contamination is another risk. Then there is casualty risk. Conservative estimates place the casualty risk from uncontrolled rocket body re-entries as being on the order of 10% in the next decade, and that countries in the global south face a disproportionately higher risk of casualties. There is no international binding agreement to ensure rocket stages always perform controlled re-entries, nor on the technologies with which they do so. Then there is Liability Convention of 1972, which require countries to pay for the damages and not prevent them in case of uncontrolled re-entry. Then what is the way forward? The Outer Space Institute later admits that any kind of free entry, when inevitably damage the ecosystem, it recommends that bodies aim for the ocean in order to avoid human casualties. Stakeholders must develop and maintain a circular space economy, eliminating waste and pollution such as space debris, circulating products and materials via in-space servicing and manufacturing, and helping regenerate the space environment by minimizing anthropogenic effects and impacts. We do not have sustainable space object disposal without a consequence to the environment, and uncontrolled re-entries are not responsibly disposed but rather left abandoned in the open. We owe it to space and our planet to create better solutions. I have given you an illustration here to show you that there are currently 2700 working satellites with their 8800 tons of space debris. These debris can damage the satellites as well. There are 2850 which are dysfunction satellites, and these are the different sizes of small debris. Now we will come to our prelims practice question that satellites used for telecommunication relay are kept in geostationary orbit. A satellite is said to be in such an orbit when: first, the orbit is geosynchronous; second, the orbit is circular; third, the orbit lies in the plane of Earth's equator; fourth, the orbit is at an altitude of 22,236 kilometers. You can select the correct option from the given below. You can pause the video right here if you want, because I have given the answer in the next slide in the rightmost corner. Now we will come to our mains practice question, that what is uncontrolled re-entry of satellites? What are the different stages of a rocket launch? How does uncontrolled re-entries cause damage? And what is the way forward to it?